Hi guys, happy Friday. Welcome to another devotional. I'm excited because guess what? I finished Genesis. So we are now on Exodus and I'm really excited to talk to you guys today about Exodus chapter 3. It's one of my favorite chapters in the Bible because it has one of my favorite verses in the Bible in it. And so I'm just going to read a passage of scripture here starting at verse 10. And for some context, this is where Moses has already left Egypt. He's been in Midian, and he's shepherding his father-in-law Jethro's sheep, and then he sees this bush that is burning but is not being consumed by the fire, and so he goes over to it and God speaks to him through this burning bush. So I'm going to start at verse 10, and this is again God speaking to Moses and then Moses's response. Come, I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? He said, But I will be with you, and this shall be the sign for you, that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve God on this mountain. Then Moses said to God, If I come to the people of Israel and say to them, The God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they ask me, What is his name? What shall I say to them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, This is to the people of Israel, I am has sent me to you. God also said to Moses, Say this to the people of Israel, The Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and thus I am to be remembered throughout all generations. Okay, so I love this passage so much, and if you have been watching all of my devotionals from way back at the beginning, over a year ago, you may remember that I spoke about the I am statement and just the meaning behind it and kind of the Greek and the Hebrew behind it as well, because at the time I was taking a course in school on the book of John, and there are 7 I am statements found in the book of John. It's one of the themes that John uses, and it's based out of this passage here. And so I was talking about the Greek and the Hebrew behind it. But today as I read it this morning, I really just new things stood out to me. And so I love that about scripture. So I'm just going to share those with you. And the first thing that stood out is that, God gives Moses this command to go and rescue the people, the Israelites from Egypt. And Moses is like, but, there's always those buts that are so important in scripture. And he says to God, Who am I? Who am I to do this? And I think we have often said that before as well. God has called us to something. He's asked us to do something. He's opened up doors of opportunity. And we say, who am I? Because we doubt our abilities. We doubt the calling on our lives. We doubt how we could do something like this, because maybe it's a big ask or it's a big thing that God has set before us. And we ask, who am I? And yet I love God's response, because he then has another but. He says, but I will be with you. And he's saying to Moses, it's not about you, it's about me, God. I'm not asking you in your capability and your abilities and your talents and intelligence to do this. I'm saying that I am going to do it through you. You are only a vessel. And so when God asks us to do something and we doubt ourselves and we say, who am I? Remember, I am a child of God. I am loved by God. I am chosen. I am never alone. That's who I am. It's not about us on our own. It's about who we are through him. And so God is saying to Moses, I will be with you all the way. I will be with you through all of this. I wouldn't ask you to do this if it was on your capability, on your abilities, your talents. It is not about you. It's about me. And God is going to be with him through all of it, which I thought was just so cool, his response to Moses' doubts and his question. And then later, of course, God says to Moses to tell the Israelites, his people, that I am who I am. And again, I feel like he kind of flips the script on Moses a bit here, because Moses said earlier, who am I? And then God says, I am who I am. Again, it's all about God. It's not about Moses and his capability. And God is going to go before him and be with him. And so I thought that that was just so cool, that it's not about us. If it was about us, we would accomplish nothing, because we can do nothing apart from God. And so God is just encouraging Moses and challenging him that he is going to be with him through all of this. And like, this is a big task. Like, can you imagine going to like the leader of an entire country and being like, hey, so like, I need you to just let all of my people not be in slavery to you anymore. We're just going to go now. Like, I would be terrified as well. I'd be like, yeah, God, that's a bit too much of an ask for me. Like, no, not able to do this. But God was equipping Moses. He was with Moses through all of it. And then I also just love how it ends. God says, this is my name forever. Not just now, not just in the next couple of 100 years or thousands of years. No, this is my name forever. And thus I am to be remembered throughout all generations. Not just back in the Old Testament, not in the New Testament, for all generations. And so we need to remember who God is now, because we are a part of all generations. God was thinking of us and talking about us when he said this. His name doesn't, wear off after a certain amount of time. He still is I am. He is who he says he is, and he will be with us throughout all time and always, and we are never going to be alone. So I just love this passage of scripture, and I seem to learn something new every time that I read it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And the next time that God is asking you to do something, or setting just a job before you, or opening up doors, remember that it is not about you and your abilities. God does not ask for your ability. He asks for your availability. He just wants you to be open and available and have open arms, and to just say, here I am, Lord, send me. And he will equip you, and he will use you as a vessel. It is his power working through you. You are not alone in this. So I hope that that was an encouragement to you today. Whatever you are facing, whatever you have before you, that God is with you through it, and that you are never alone. And I am is with you all the time. So I am excited to now be going through Exodus with you guys. I guess we'll just make our way through the whole Bible together. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you guys soon.